Hello, here we are again for our construction update for August 2022. As you well know, there's a great deal of construction activity around campus this summer, and thankfully, a good number of these projects will be wrapping up this fall. The vibrancy construction areas include the temporary corridor that's being constructed between the garden apartment building and the tower, which you see behind me. This temporary corridor will provide a covered, heated, and cooled ADA accessible corridor for residents and staff traveling between the two buildings during the demolition of the pool building and during the construction of the Vitality apartment building. Interior work and exterior siding, which is being installed today, will continue, as well as rerouting the utilities to ensure that the garden building's utilities are not impacted by the demolition of the pool building. Construction on the temporary corridor should finish near around the end of August, which will allow us to begin the demolition of the pool building later this fall. In the village area of the Vibrancy project, the construction team is moving a lot of dirt, getting the site ready for construction. This includes temporary stormwater retention areas and working on the grading of the future site, as well as preparing for future utility installations. The new maintenance building at the back of the property near Dumbarton Avenue will be going up very soon, and then later this fall, the existing maintenance building will be torn down. The Avalon entrance redesign is underway, which will provide a new lobby area with a stairwell so that you'll be able to access the hallway near the Canterbury room. Work on the exterior has begun. Work on the upstairs interior area near the old train room will begin this week. The Avalon project should be completed in October. Cochrane Commons got refreshed with new carpet, paint, and chairs, as well as a new hearing aid loop, which will enable many of you to connect directly to the sound signal, which will increase your ability to hear performances in the Cochrane Commons. Lastly for me, the Spiritual Center Memorial Garden got a wonderful new pergola that provides much needed shade, as well as adds significantly to the character of the space. Additionally, there are a large number of other small improvement projects either underway or about to start, which we will speak about next time. But now I want to hand it over to Scott Jonte for an update on the Promenade Dining Project.
Well, hello residents, and welcome to another installment of What's Going On in the Promenade. Today is going to be a feature tour of as if you were actually walking into the Promenade new dining venue itself. So we welcome you. Let's go inside and take a look around and see what's going on. All right, so let's take a look around and see what's new. As you enter the venue, here's the new rotunda, all the wrapped columns, and off to your right, you'll see Camilla's, our coffee bar, and cocktail lounge. The cabinetry work is in place. There's new countertops coming in very soon. Notice the copper tone backsplash for the bar. Quite elegant for this area. To your right, you'll see Bella's, our new small plates venue, which is being all taped off as they get ready to do a lot of paint work in there. We have a number of the columns which are already wrapped and ready to go. The carpet is down and the kitchen is already finished off and ready to go. To your left, this is going to be our new flexible dining area that we've talked about a number of times. You'll notice the new carpet is already in. The columns are wrapped with the new tiles. The banquettes are getting ready to be finished. And then as we turn to our right, you'll see what is going to be the new promenade. Carpet is down. Everything is wrapped. We've got new paintwork, wood finishes. The ceiling is complete. And much of the equipment is already in within the kitchen. Heading towards the puzzle room, you'll see what is now the new Virginia room, which is nearly complete with the carpet, new sides, new wall coverings, new sconces, and new lighting fixtures. Very excited. This project, we should take ownership of the facility around mid-August, and we anticipate an opening sometime mid-September. Very excited for the completion of the project. I know many of you have been waiting for this to be completed and are excited about the final touches.
Good afternoon, residents. This is Tom Henning with Westminster Canterbury giving you an update on the raised tower garden beds. We want you to see the latest update where we've started to finish these garden beds. where we have the caps in place and we're roughing in the electrical, which was marked by the blue flags for the lighting that's around the flower beds. And then we're also installing the irrigation today for the yard hydrants that will be using to water your plants. As this work gets completed, we have to still do site work where we're going to be installing plants, and we've been laying that out for the final trees and benches, and we're getting all the final grading in place and finishing up the sidewalk this week and next week. The following weeks we'll be transferring the resident garden beds from the temporary beds to these permanent plant bed areas so they can start using this facility here in the next month. Okay, so we're at the Courtyard East Elevator Project, and you'll notice behind me we have the North Tower where the masons are working on the second to third floor level of masonry block. And that's the block wall that has to go on the outside, and then we work on the steel on the inside once that wall's in place. In this tower, we were also able to get a slab on grade pour scheduled quickly. So we notified the residents so we could move the cars, and then made the concrete pour happen where they used Georgia buggies to bring the concrete from the concrete truck into the concrete slab on grade pour. Once that work's completed, we start to put in all the electrical and mechanical systems that will be going into place on the ground level floor. And that's going to start happening in the next few weeks. You'll also notice in the tower behind me, we're starting to work on the steel structure as well that's going to set in place for that third level pour, and that'll happen early next week. Moving to the south elevator tower, you'll see that we've poured in place the concrete wall foundations, and we had to, in this instance, dig everything out, cut the hole in the slab wall for the doorway opening so that we could get the formwork in place safely for the concrete pour. We did this pour earlier this week and stripped the forms. This still has to cure until next Tuesday to where we can actually apply the waterproofing in place and then start our backfill to bring the soil back up to the slab on grade level.